Welcome, bienvenue, welcome. This is possibly just my first, but at least I haven't made one of these before. Why is Stewart Copeland such a great drummer? And if you have to ask, yes, Stewart Copeland was the drummer in the Police, a band that he founded. This song, I've gone through and I wanted to find a live song, okay, to demonstrate the prowess of Stewart Copeland. Great drummer, innovative, truly his own character, okay, in playing, and probably in real life too. But see, that is, there's no one else that sounds like Stewart Copeland. There's really no one else that sounds like Bonham. Well, there's no one else that sounds like Bonham. Keith Moon. The great musicians or artists are unique. They have they're them. Okay, so what I did was, I didn't want to use any studio recordings. I wanted to use something live, partially because Copeland was the master. He and Sting and Andy Summers were the master of crafting together recordings. We'll get into that in another video. But this is live. This is from 1982. This is Gateshead, England. The UK somewhere. God, it might be Scotland. I don't know. But it's sort of at the tail end of the punk era. So I think like the Beat might have been playing. Who else? There were a bunch of other bands on the bill. Big, huge crowd. Still kind of in the punk era where Sting, when he counts this song off, he still has a little bit of the punk affectation. He goes, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of from like 78, 79. By the way, Sting is an incredible musician. Most people do know that. Don't judge Sting on his output after the Police. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great music there too, if that's your cup of tea. In the Sahara. But anyway, so let's get right to the tune. Afterward, I'll talk about it. Okay, so right now, let's just get right to it. I'm going to put these headphones on so I can hear it, okay, because I want to hear it too. All right. Oh, God damn it. I'm keeping that intro. But God, son of a... I'm sorry about but I'm keeping that. You know why? Because I said it with gusto and vigor and how I feel viscerally. Okay, so reverb is gone. I know somebody's going to cry about it. All right, so here we go. Back to normal reverb. That's left over when I did my drum solo where I recorded the reverb. On to, from 1982, the song Bring On the Night. Okay, that was on their second record, Regatta de Blanc, which I think is all their records are great. Regatta de Blanc is an absolute masterpiece. I think their finest. It is a subjective opinion. But here we go. From Gateshead, listen to Copeland. Listen to Copeland. His dynamics are terrific. Listen to how he plays. Remember, the beat here is like that dubby reggae bass drum on the 2 and 4. Like Spirits in the Material World, okay? In fact, this is a great song if you want to practice along to it, to really kind of understand even Spirits in the Material World in sort of a technical, sort of mathematical way. I'll talk after. Listen to this.
Bring on the nights!
Listen to Sting right here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
When Andy Summers comes in with the guitar, listen to how the pad shore up.
The afternoon has gently passed me by. The evening spreads itself across the sky. Waiting for tomorrow. It's just another day. Was happened this yesterday? Goodbye. Come on, bring on the night. I couldn't stop another hour of day. Bring on the question marks hangs above my head there in my dark. Can't see for the brightness stares me blind. I stopped at this yesterday. Goodbye, oh. Come on, bring on the light. I could've spent another hour of time. Bring on the light. I could've spent another hour of time. Another hour of daylight.
This is so pretty. Oh, and this is so pretty. Stewart, for the love of God, make this video. I've been asking you to make. I'll come help you. I will be your idol. I will be your idol. Oh, how pretty.
Another hour of daylight. Could've spent another hour of daylight. Could've spent another hour of daylight. Could've spent another hour of daylight.
Of course, you had to throw in the yo. Now, listen to how absolutely, it's a wonderful song. That's one of my favorite songs in general, and the Police. It's so sad in a certain way, especially there, like Andy Summers' guitar with that chorus flange that's on it is so. There's so many. You have the different. Anyway, so back to Copeland. Now, did you notice there what he did is he turned the beat around. If you weren't paying attention, it made it sound like, remember those dubby reggae. Bam, bam, bam. Those are on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. So what he does is he goes from playing 1 and 2 and 3 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... It's easy to get lost there. Because what he does too, he also plays like 1 and 2, like it's like boom, boom, ba. Do you know what I'm talking about? That's hardcore. That's hard. That's ass kicking. Peisty at the time should have used that recording as the direct definition advertisement for their Peisty Rudes that Copeland had assorted around his kits. His 216s, his 218s, I think he had a 20 or 2. He had a 24. And by the way, I do think, I have to go back and look at the footage, but this is after Copeland swapped out his beautiful 13s, sort of mystery. Were they Avitas Zildjian New Beats? Or were they U-50 Italian-made hi-hats that you heard all over? I almost said Zeppelin 1, Zeppelin 2, Zeppelin 3. Police 1, Police 2, Police 3. Outlandos D'Amour, Regata de Blanc, and Señata Mentada. But I do think it was a pair of probably 13-inch 2002 heavies. Now I'm going to say, they sound B8 to me. I know they always said in the literature use Formula 602 heavy 13s, which I know I've seen clips and in pictures, but I do think those are B8 hats there, my opinion. I might be wrong. Find a picture, prove me wrong, that's okay, I'll eat it. I'll be like, whatever. But I just hear B8 all over those hats. That is, listen to how he just like if you ever watched the Synchronicity concert that they put on, that they did in Atlanta, that was on HBO way back in the day. When they do Synchronicity, which one is the Synchronicity and then there's Synchronicity 2? Synchronicity 1, that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Copeland does those little crashes, and I think sometimes in an interview, when you do stuff like that, sometimes I think it gives you a little break. Even though it sounds heavier and stuff, you almost get a chance, I think, to get your breath a little when you're just, instead of, when you're hitting those, I think you're kind of like, that is a masterpiece. Again, I implore Stewart Copeland. He is a true great, old school great that exists, that so many drummers cite as an influence and as one of their main people on the drums. He could make these Stewart Copeland videos. He could talk about what he did. He could bring up the individual tracks and be like, this is what I used. You could do it at Sacred Grove. He has it all wired up. Again, I'll be the Igor, or get yourself an Igor. It's always good if you're somebody like that to get somebody there to ask questions, because they might not know what questions to answer. Anyway, more videos on the way. Again, that's from Gateshead, 1982. Stewart Copeland, a living legend truly in the drum world. More videos on the way, more George and Terry. Remember, I'm still doing the Bonzolium here. Bonzolium ain't going anywhere. But if you want to check out the Bonzology, we did switch it to Bonzology with Terry and George from George and Terry's Bonzology. It had nothing to do with my name in the billing. No, what happened was this Bonzology should be first, right? Because it's, and a couple people immediately pointed that out. So if you want to check out Bonzology, Bonzology with Terry and George, you can see a hardcore George Flute is cranking up the Zepp like you wouldn't believe on his original 1971 Thermogloss. The date stamp in the 10x14 is April 19, 1971. Clear maple interiors. And I am going to bring in my rig there. I do got to bring it in. I just got to make sure when we're yapping you can hear us. But it does deserve better sound. And what happens is with the George and Terry videos at his place, we're using the microphone that's on the camera. So the sweet spot is here, except it gives a bad picture. You know what I'm saying? So we need the sound originating from here, but the camera here, and maybe I'll sit over there. Thank you for watching. More videos on the way. Please subscribe to my channel. You see the subscribe button kind of down there. Also, too, and George and Terry, please subscribe to that, too. We really appreciate your fandom. It's very exciting. We're very excited about the Bonzology. Thank you.